Now at 10, a Southeast Kansas community unveils a plan to deal with a water shortage. KOAM's Anthony Saviello will have details. Plus, the Neosho County, Kansas Health Department tackles the topic of teen dating violence. And
after 45 years, a legendary doctor in Joplin is retiring. I'm Amber Jenkins with the story.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
As the drought continues, a local community is forced to take action. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The city of Fort Scott, Kansas is taking steps to address a water shortage. KOAM's Anthony Saviello joins us in the studio now with more.
Thanks, Dow. A water warning plan went into effect today in Fort Scott. According to city officials, the plan is meant to address the water shortage through a series of stages. The city is currently only in stage 1 of this plan, meaning the city storage has fallen below 70% capacity and will take longer than normal to recover. The goal within stage 1 is to reduce peak demand by 20% and reduce overall weekly consumption by 10%. The city pointed out that Cedar Creek is in good supply, but Rock Creek is running dry. However, if the city is forced to start taking water from Lake Fort Scott, water warning stage 2 will begin, bringing on further restrictions. The city is currently taking measures including closely monitoring water supplies, repairing leaks within 24 hours of detection, curtailing city activities such as hydrant flushing, street cleaning, fountain operations, watering of grounds, and vehicle washing. The city has asked residents to make efficient use of indoor water and restrict outdoor water use to before 10 a.m. and after 9 p.m. Residents have also been asked to limit non-essential water usage, such as washing vehicles and filling swimming pools. Officials finished their statement with, quote, "We are in a drought situation that must be taken seriously, and the city of Fort Scott will do whatever possible to maintain good levels of water for the citizens. Please help us by following the restrictions that have been imposed," end quote. City officials have encouraged anyone with questions to reach out. Dow, back to you.
Anthony, thanks. Doug, Hetty, the weather is nice as far as the temps, but boy, we need some rain.
Yeah, we could use some rain. We haven't had heavy amounts of rain here in about 2 weeks, so we could use a little bit of rain. Unfortunately, there's not a whole bunch in the forecast. Temperatures, not bad, better than what we have seen over the past couple weeks, right where we should be for this time of the year. Record high 103, set back in 2000, 72 in Nevada, Fort Scott, 74, 72 in Miami. Anderson is sitting at 76 degrees, but we do have pretty much clear skies. Not a whole bunch is going on outside for us, and across the entire Central Plains, it looks pretty calm, and that's what we're going to see as we go through the overnight hours. Clear skies, of course, the blue supermoon, if you want to check it out, 67 by 2 a.m., overnight low down to about 60 degrees a little bit later on tonight. We are going to start to warm back up. We'll look at that here in just a bit.
Catch in a few. The Neosho County, Kansas Health Department today held discussions on teen dating violence and the impact on mental health. They brought in award-winning speaker and best-selling author Ashley Benedictson to give a presentation on the topic. It was aimed at helping people identify warning signs of abuse and how to prevent it.
So if they are going through a situation, I would strongly encourage them, to have someone that they can trust, that they can talk to. Definitely don't be silent about it, because otherwise it's going to continue. We need to be able to reach out. We need to know what to say and know when those red flags are present. There's going
to be another presentation tomorrow morning from 9:30 to noon at the Memorial Building in Chanute. The Alliance of Southwest Missouri has a brand new space to call home. The new headquarters is at 1901 South Pearl Avenue in Joplin. Boasts more than 26,000 square feet right there in the heart of the city. In addition to the building, the property includes a park with playground equipment and a large paved parking lot, 2 features currently lacking from the Alliance's space at 1601 South Wall Avenue.
What I love too is it's not just the Alliance's building. Already God's Resort is wanting to utilize the facility, and there'll be other nonprofits that'll have access to this building because we're all about working together to better serve kids and families of Southwest Missouri. And so that's on the docket, is to see who needs access for their programming.
This property includes the former South Joplin Christian Church, which was built way back in 1916. The Newton County Sheriff's Office secures a brand new, great big piece of equipment. The Lenco Bearcat Tactical Vehicle is going to be a tool for the Special Response Team or Tactical Team of Newton County. It replaces the 35-year-old vehicle the office had been using. It's going to be used mainly for drug search warrants, hostage situations, and felony arrest warrants. Its armor is rated to stop a .50 caliber round. Sheriff says the new service vehicle is there to serve the community.
Just keep in mind it's there for their protection. This is for the citizens of Newton County. It's being used by my people, but we're using it to assist them and keep them safe.
Sheriff's Office says they've had 3 situations just in the last 6 weeks when that vehicle would have been used. A beloved Joplin pediatrician is saying goodbye after 45 years. KOAM's Amber Jenkins talked to Dr. Raymond Grote about closing one chapter and opening another.
Now entering retirement, Dr. Grote reminisces on how his medical career started 45 years ago.
Physicians were not available for pediatricians 45 years ago because most people took kids to family practitioners. And I was offered a number of jobs, but this is the one that I chose on.
Dr. Grote was not expecting to settle down in Joplin, but developing close relationships with patients made him stay.
Old family doctors who actually have relationships with their patients is going to go away. And I enjoy the kids, and a lot of kids I see, one or both of their parents actually came to me as well.
Although the name on the sign may fade, his impact on the community will not, especially when it comes to his balloon skills.
When I was a kid, nobody wanted to go see the doctor because you're going to get shots in the rear end before you left. But a lot of kids actually try to find a reason to come because they want a balloon animal.
A lot of kids, they grow up and they're really scared of the doctor. Like, they just don't want to be there, but I never felt that way coming to his office because he was always understanding. He never made anything scary.
Yeah, a dog and a cat was kind of the regular. Yes. He would draw the face on it to make it look like whatever. Exactly. And if it popped, then he'd start all over. But boy, he was full of hot air. He could blow those things up.
Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Dr. Grote says he's excited to spend retirement gardening and spending more time with his grandkids. Our congratulations to him. Coming up, a Missouri lawmaker calls for exemptions to the state's tough abortion laws. Plus, residents of a St. Paul nursing home got their motors running during a Pinewood Derby race. A convicted rapist who authorities say used a jet ski during an escape from an Arkansas prison. That guy's been arrested in West Virginia. The U.S. Marshal Service says Samuel Hartman was taken into custody today, along with his wife, his mother, and his mother's boyfriend at a Lewisburg hotel. Authorities say the women aiding Hartman's escape that happened back in 2022. Hartman was on a work detail when a pickup truck approached and he ran to the vehicle. Hartman and the women later jumped on jet skis and apparently crossed the Mississippi River. Hartman had been sentenced to life in prison in 2013 for a rape conviction out of Franklin County, Arkansas. A Missouri Republican wants exceptions to the state's near total abortion ban. Jamie Corley of St. Louis filed constitutional amendments today to allow abortions in cases of rape, incest, and fatal fetal abnormalities. Another option would allow abortions until fetal viability, though it's unclear when a fetus would be considered viable under that proposal. Currently, Missouri bans pretty much all abortions. The only exception is for medical emergencies. A judge orders Kansas authorities to destroy all the electronic copies they made of a small newspaper's files when police raided its office this month. The order comes nearly 2 weeks after computers and cell phones were seized in the search and those were returned. Still not clear what action local authorities might take in response to the much criticized August 11th raids of the Marion County Records Office and the homes of its publisher and a city council member. The folks at Prairie Mission Nursing Home in St. Paul, Kansas got a high-speed shot of adrenaline today. 2 weeks ago, residents and staff built and painted Pinewood Derby race cars, and today they put them to the test. KOAM photojournalist Ty Parks was there when the rubber met the road.
I was trying to think of something that we can do. I do cooking classes, painting classes, craft activities, and the guys are like, do something for us, do something for us. So I was trying to think of something that the men would like here.
Here we go.
Well, my sister-in-law is here, and she's 71 and she has Alzheimer's. And when we put her in here, we were told by her that we would probably just put her here and forget her. And I promised her that I would not forget her. So we make every effort to come over here every chance that we get. I'm retired now, so I try to spend 2 or 3 days a week over here. And they're short-staffed, which everybody's short-staffed, right? I just want to make them smile. I want to make them feel like they're loved and that people care about them. We've asked some of the elementary school kids to come over today and watch, and I'm thinking that we have the community come in, the kids come in, and show that we care about what they do and let them know that we love them.
The community turned out to support the event with their own hot rods. A little bit later, the Lions count down the minutes to their season opener against the number 6 squad in the country. John's going to have details in sports.
Plus, we're going to start to warm back up just a little bit over the next few days. Details coming up. Well, it turned out to be another nice day for us today. Temperatures upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Humidity on the low side, which is nice to see after the past couple weeks that we've had the extreme heat and humidity. Unfortunately, the allergies have been on the high side. So on a scale of 1 to 12, today's right up there, 10 out of 12. Tomorrow's 11 out of 12. If you are an allergy sufferer, you're going to be suffering. The main allergies are ragweed across the region. So that is going to be a little bit of an issue if you are an allergy sufferer. All right, let's look outside. Here's a nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. We can look over the past 36 hours. So we were near 90 yesterday for a high. And then as we go into today, also near 90 degrees. So very consistent temperatures across the region. We can zoom in for you right now. Currently sitting at 72 in Carthage, 72 Grand Lake, 76. A little bit warmer in Pittsburgh, Anderson. Neosho is checking in at 74 degrees. Now, our humidity has been pretty good. Our dew points, upper 50s, lower 60s. Now, last week we were in the lower 80s, which made it feel so disgusting outside, but now we're sitting upper 50s to near 60. And if we look on our tracker, that puts us in that pleasant to not bad range, and that's where we're going to sit as we go through the next few days. Currently outside, 74. Visibility is good. Northeasterly winds are light at about 5 to 10. Clear skies, not too much going on. If we go across the Central Plains, still not much is going on. Let's go southeast. Here's Hurricane Imelda, which rolled across parts of Florida into parts of Georgia, South Carolina over the past 24 hours. It greatly weakened as it moved inland. Of course, it was a Category 4 right before it made landfall, weakened just a hair. Now we just have the showers, thunderstorms. You can still see the circulation near Charleston, South Carolina, but of course caused a ton of flooding across southeastern parts of the U.S. over about the past 24 hours or so. All right, by morning, lower 60s, nice start. We go into lower 80s by noon. We're going to stop at about 5 p.m. 87 Nevada, 88 Neosho, 91 at Grand Lake. Parsons up to about 90. Tomorrow night, a little bit cooler actually. We go into the upper 50s for overnight lows, and then on Friday afternoon, much of the same, very consistent, upper 80s to near 90 degrees, and then we'll back down into the mid 60s by the time we head into Saturday morning. All right, so your day planner for you tomorrow starting at 61, 82 by noon, 87 by 4. High temp right around 88. Really no big storm systems heading toward us. We do have this weak little upper level wave that kind of inches a little bit closer to us by Sunday into Monday. May give us a few showers. Besides that, we are going to stay mainly dry. We could use the rain. We haven't had heavy amounts of rain for a little bit over 2 weeks across the region. Plus, of course, it's been super hot. 88 tomorrow, 89 Friday, 93 Saturday, Sunday, Monday, mid-90s most of next week. Hit and miss storms, chances for rain, not that great.
And that means not enough. We need some rain.
That's very true.
Thanks, Doug. Warming up for the first football game of the season that's going to happen tomorrow. Pittsburgh today rolled out the red carpet for Paint the Town Red today. More than 20 businesses joined the contest in 3 different categories, incorporating this year's theme, lights, camera, Gus. Half of the money raised with the participation fee will help offer scholarships to 2 Pitt State students who graduated from local high schools. Also joining the show, almost 15 departments and student organizations within the campus.
Local community and Pittsburgh State are intimately intertwined. The success of the university and the success of the business community are tied together.
It's a great way to, spread the love of Pittsburgh State throughout our community.
Still more action to go. You can vote for the community favorite on the Pittsburgh Chamber of Commerce website until noon tomorrow. Still ahead, Missouri Southern football visits a Joplin Elementary School ahead of tomorrow night's season opening game. And we're going to hear from Field Kindley High School football ahead of their first game this Friday. John Dales has those stories and more coming up next.
All week long, Missouri Southern football has been focused on one thing. Its season opener with the number 6 team in the country, Northwest Missouri State. This afternoon, they got a warm-up for tomorrow's game during lunch and recess at Royal Heights Elementary School. Several Lions players made the visit to hand out free tickets to the game and get to meet some of the local kids that'll be cheering them on all season. They say it's great to notice the interest the Joplin community has in this program.
When I first got here, the community wasn't too big with Southern, but I actually seen them now growing and progressing to come to Missouri Southern games. And actually I see small restaurants saying we're closed on Saturdays because we're going to the game. And I was like, that shows how close the community is coming together.
The last week has just been so focused on the game, and it's a big game. We're playing a good team, so it's nice to just get your mind off that a little bit and just to go have some fun. I'm from Houston, Texas, a long way away from here, so coming out here, I didn't know much about the area, but it's awesome just to see them getting involved and that they do care about us, because that means a lot to us, and just having people support us, it's a big deal for us, so just knowing that people are behind you definitely makes a difference.
Elsewhere, Missouri Southern golfer Trajan McCray has racked up a couple All-American awards just this week. He gets named to the Black College Golf Coaches Association All-American team, and McCray is just one of 10 golfers in the country to receive that honor. Now, this comes after he was being honored as a GCAA All-America Scholar and being named an MIAA Golfer of the Year this past spring. Now, we're past week 1 of the high school football season in Missouri and Oklahoma. Kansas schools get started this week, though, and on Friday, one of those teams taking the field for the first time is the Field Kindley Golden Tornado. They're prepping for season opener on the road at Mulvane. That team dealt with some injuries early in the year last season. Even so, 2022 was successful for the Golden Tornado. Their first winning season in 5 years, and they're hoping to take the next step forward as a program in 2023.
That's our first goal, is just beat Mulvane and then some long-term. So we just want to win the league. We feel like it's kind of up for taking this year, and we think we got just as good a chance as everybody else in the league, and we want to play every Friday night and then go win that bad boy.
During practice, we've been doing good, going full speed. We just not starting to hit today, and it's just been good overall.
But yeah, I want to push myself to those expectations to being on a different team and kind of being one of the leaders somewhat. And so I want to be a leader for everybody else and stick to not being complacent.
Then in baseball, Cardinals walk-off winners last night thanks to Tommy Edman. This afternoon trailing 3-0 until this game-tying 3-run homer off the bat of Jordan Walker deep into the left field bleachers. That was in the 4th inning. We stayed tied into the 7th until this RBI single from Juan Soto gives the Padres a 4-3 lead. They'd hold that into the 9th, but there he is again, Tommy Edman, after hitting the walk-off the night before, another shot to be the hero, and he makes good on it. Cardinals down to their final outs. Edman takes Josh Hader deep for a walk-off 2-run homer, his 12th of the year, and his second walk-off hit in less than 24 hours. Cardinals win 5-4. Going back to the Missouri Southern visit of Royal Heights, though, that's a pretty cool tradition that they have going with the community. It's something that, me not being here that long, I have never experienced that. College players.
Steady in the next couple days and then creeping into the 90s over the weekend.
Final sports notes.
Tomorrow's the day. Missouri Southern and Pitt State football kick off the college football season.
Ready or not, and we are ready. Thanks for joining us. Let's make it a great tomorrow.